Hello friends, we have come up with a review of Lenovo A7000 Marshmallow update. In the next few minutes I will be taking you through the tour of this new update that has been recently made available by Lenovo, and I will show you what this new update has to offer to A7000 users. And after watching this review, I suppose you will be very clear with the pros and cons of the Marshmallow update for A7000. So first of all, let's start with the interface changes that have come with the recent update. Now, unlike the previous version, in Lollipop, the device was having only a Vibe user interface designed by Lenovo, but on Marshmallow you will be having an option to switch between the two launchers, that is the Android default launcher and the Vibe launcher itself. So in the Marshmallow you will be having an extra launcher, that is Android. Let's first apply the Android launcher and see the differences. To do that, while on home screen, long press the recent task list button, then go to the preferences, then go to preferences, and here it is the difference. Go to the Android. Now the difference is mainly the app drawer. This app drawer that comes up with the Android launcher. Your apps are all in this app drawer. As you can see, the app drawer background is white and you cannot really customize it. It will remain white. You cannot set any wallpaper on this. So at the top you can see is an app search option, and alongside are the apps that you have opened most number of times, like in my case WhatsApp, free chat, file manager, and likewise. The thing that you can customize here is the layout of the drawer, either vertical like it is or paged. You can do that customization again in the preferences. There is an option drawer setting. Click that. Here's that layout. I have opted vertical. Let's see what paged option do. Like this. Now the app will move sidewise. So that's it with the Android launcher. You cannot do much customization except the app drawer layout. There's also one more option in the preferences itself. You can sort the app tiles according to the title, the launch count, and the installation time, that is the time of modification. So now let's go to the Vibe interface, having everything on the desktop. Vibe user interface. The phone has switched to Vibe user interface. As we all know, it doesn't have any app drawer. Everything is on the desktop. You can obviously make folders here and you can put your apps collectively, but there's no app drawer. Now, but there is a feature this time with which I am very much impressed. To activate that feature on the blank space of your home screen, what you have to do is swipe upwards and this app search drawer will open with a semi-transparent black background housing all of your apps. This works perfectly like an app drawer. Now those who like the Android launcher over the Vibe, just for the sake of an app drawer, you need not worry anymore. This will do perfectly. Now the display setting includes the carousel scrolling mode. I'll just show you that. The carousel scrolling mode, here it is in home screen settings. No, sorry, it is in here it is, home screen carousel scrolling. I have turned it on. If I have to turn it off, what will happen then I have to scroll within the extremities of my pages only, when the last and the first page. It will not go beyond that. But if I turn it on, then I can scroll infinitely on any side. What will happen? The last page will automatically switch to the first page, and you can scroll to any side infinitely. Now the transition animations, they have been moved and they have been kept in the home screen settings here. The transitions, like I have switched to flip. There are the options. Now that's it with the interface changes. Now talking about the drop down shortcuts. These drop down shortcuts, here's the change. Now you can change the position of the shortcuts by tapping on to this new button here. You can change these upper three among themselves only. Long press these and you can change their position like this, but you cannot change these upper three with any of the others. You can change Wi-Fi, data connection, Bluetooth among themselves only. Others can be interchanged freely. You can choose out of these which of the shortcuts you want to display, because only 2 rows will be visible. The rows are only 2 here. The number of columns can be adjusted here from here 3 to 5. I'll show you. You do 3, the 3 columns and 2 rows, and what will happen in the drop down is this 3 columns and 2 rows. And if you want 4, I'll just do that. Here's a 4 option. Rows will remain 2 only. The columns can be changed. If you want the maximum number of options in your shortcut, I'll do 5 here. Now you have 5 and 5, 10 options, and the default 3 options which can be interchanged only among themselves: Wi-Fi, data connection, and Bluetooth. So in total you have in the shortcut menu, you have here 13 options. Okay, that's the difference in the drop down shortcuts. One more difference is there. Instead of profile settings under the single option in the previous version, that is silent, vibrate, and journal, this time there are separate options to do this. That is do not disturb here. This is for the silent one, do not disturb. I'll show you. This is do not disturb. And vibrate. Vibrate I have not selected here. I'll show you here. Here is the vibrate. So they are not now there are different buttons for these settings. Rest is almost same. Now going to settings, there are only 3 major changes here in the settings. The first one is in the more. Select more. The next option is of cell broadcast. Then the second change in the settings, the Marshmallow, is the notification center. You can manage your notifications display here. The interesting option is the status bar icon. Yes, this one, the status bar icon. Now you have full control over the icons that you want to display in your status bar, like I am doing. You can see the icons are, you have full control over them. This is a very cool feature actually. Now the third feature in the settings, the third one is the extra feature here is of memory. The third is this RAM display option, which was earlier not there. It has some interesting options showing you average RAM used by the device over a time period, which you can change here from 3 hours to 1 day. Also giving details of the apps using your RAM, so that you can manage the performance of your smartphone accordingly by disabling certain apps that are not used frequently. So here's the Marshmallow update, Android version 6.0. I'll tap on it multiple times and this opens Marshmallow. And you click on it and a sort of game opens. It's not opening, yes, a sort of game opens, this one, but this game never ends. Okay, one more change is there. Let's get back to home screen. The change I'm talking about is by pressing any of the volume keys. Now you have full control over all the four, the ringtone volume, the music, the alarm volume and the notification volume. Here you have control over all four just by pressing any of the volume keys. Earlier it was only the ringtone volume that you can change from this shortcut. Now this is a very good feature again. Now talking about some things that have gone wrong with the update for A7000. First is the light sensor. I will talk about that is not at all optimized and often does weirdly. Let's hope that Lenovo will come soon with a solution to this in the next update. It's not working properly. Now next is the Dolby Atmos. The Dolby Atmos, it's not functioning good. Its functioning has deteriorated too. With the update, you need to install third-party apps, third-party music apps to counter this. It's not working well. You will experience it yourself. And the last and the most important is the SD card internal storage. SD card internal storage feature. Some may say it's a welcome step. I'll show you what it is. But according to me, it's not a very welcome step by Google to make your internal SD card truly internal. It means there is a feature here by which you can format your SD card as internal storage, and by doing that you will be able to install apps and store app data on SD card. This may be beneficial for devices having low internal storage, but this feature comes at a cost. The cost is that you will not be able to access your SD card thereafter. It will be encrypted and will not be visible to any of your devices like your PC. So if you often transfer media from your PC to your SD card, you will not be able to do that anymore if you format it as an internal storage here. Now one more drawback is that only class 10 and higher SD cards will perform well as internal storage. If you use a class 6 or low SD card, your apps may lag and stutter which are installed on the SD card. So that's a problem here. Now if you format your SD card as portable storage, you will have full access to your SD card within the phone as well as from other devices, and you can move content to and from the phone SD card by connecting it to your PC or any other device. Now the drawback is that you cannot move any of the apps to your SD card, so you will be using your internal storage only for installing apps, the internal storage only, which will be a huge concern, keeping in mind the internal storage available in A7000 is only around 4.7 GB, though you may manually cut and paste the app data to your SD card to free some space. So that's all information you need to know before the update. My final verdict would be that if you are not very much concerned about the low internal storage, you should definitely go for an update. Some issues addressed here would be rectified sooner or later. And one thing more, back up your data and go for a factory reset after the update for a smooth performance. Best of luck with your update and thanks a lot for watching the video. Cheers.